In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, we often find ourselves focused on big goals, things like buying a house, paying off debt, or saving for retirement. These are all major financial milestones, and rightfully so. They require our attention and planning. However, there are countless smaller milestones that we often overlook, but they are just as worthy of recognition. These smaller achievements can be the foundation of your financial success, and they are often the stepping stones to the bigger goals. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that only huge wins matter, but celebrating small financial milestones can have a big impact on your motivation, confidence, and long-term financial well-being. One of the first small financial milestones to celebrate is simply having a budget that you stick to. It may seem basic, but setting up and following a budget is an essential skill that can transform your financial life. When you stick to a budget, you take control of your money instead of letting it control you. If you've successfully tracked your income and expenses for a month, you've already achieved something significant. Creating and sticking to a budget is a skill that helps you make intentional decisions about where your money goes, rather than letting it slip away on things you don't need. Another small milestone worth celebrating is paying off a credit card or small loan. Credit card debt can feel like an ever-present weight, so when you finally pay it off, it's a huge relief. It might not be the full credit card balance, but paying off a portion of it is a step in the right direction. If you've been chipping away at a debt for months and finally paid it down to a manageable level, that's a success worth noting. It can take time and discipline to reduce debt, and each step forward is an achievement. Not only does it reduce financial stress, but it also improves your credit score, which opens up opportunities for better loans and interest rates in the future. Speaking of credit scores, hitting a new high is another financial milestone worth celebrating. Many people forget to check their credit scores regularly, but it's a powerful tool when it comes to managing your finances. A good credit score can save you money in the long run through lower interest rates on loans, mortgages, and credit cards. If you've recently improved your credit score, whether by paying off a debt, reducing your credit utilization, or just keeping up with your payments, that's a major accomplishment. Your credit score is a reflection of your financial responsibility, and any improvement is something to be proud of. Next, there's the milestone of building an emergency fund. Life is full of surprises, and an emergency fund is one of the best ways to prepare for unexpected expenses. If you've managed to save even a small amount in a dedicated savings account for emergencies, give yourself credit.
This fund can cover things like medical bills, car repairs, or sudden job loss, helping to prevent you from falling into debt when life throws curveballs. If you've been consistent about saving and have reached your first milestone, whether it's $500 or $1,000, it's a big win. It means you're prepared for the unexpected, and that's a financial victory that shouldn't be overlooked. Another small milestone is automating your savings. We all know we should save, but it can be easy to forget or put off. By setting up automatic transfers to your savings account or retirement fund, you make saving effortless. You don't have to think about it every month, and it becomes part of your routine. If you've made saving automatic, it's a sign of financial maturity. It means you've set yourself up for success by removing the temptation to skip saving or spend the money elsewhere. If you've automated even just a small amount, you're already ahead of the game. You should also celebrate the habit of tracking your net worth. It can be eye-opening and motivating to see the progress you've made over time. Net worth is the difference between your assets, things like savings, investments, and property, and your liabilities, like loans and credit card balances. If you've been able to track your net worth and watch it grow, that's a big deal. It means you're actively monitoring your financial health and taking steps to improve it. A growing net worth is often the result of small financial decisions made consistently over time, so each increase is something to celebrate. Let's not forget about building a solid retirement plan. While retirement may seem far off, taking small steps now can set you up for a comfortable future. If you've started contributing to a retirement account, even if it's just a small percentage of your income, that's a win. Starting early gives you the advantage of compound interest, and the earlier you start, the less you'll need to save later in life. Even if you're just setting aside a small amount every month, it's a milestone that can have a massive impact on your future financial security. Similarly, if you've begun investing, you've hit a significant milestone. Investing may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. If you've opened an investment account or even started putting money into a 401k or IRA, you're already on your way to growing wealth for the long term. The key is to start small and be consistent. Over time, the power of compound growth can turn even modest investments into significant returns. If you've taken that first step into investing, give yourself credit. Not everyone does that, and it's a smart financial move. Even if you haven't reached the big milestones yet, like paying off your mortgage or hitting your savings target, the small wins matter. They add up over time, and each one is a building block in your financial foundation. When you celebrate these small milestones, you remind yourself that you are making progress. It helps you stay motivated and focused on the bigger picture, even when it feels like the bigger goals are far off. Small milestones keep you grounded and give you a sense of accomplishment that can drive you forward. Moreover, celebrating small financial wins can have a psychological benefit. Financial stress is a common issue, and by acknowledging each milestone, no matter how small, you reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. Instead of focusing solely on the challenges, you create a habit of recognizing your successes. This habit helps to build financial confidence and a positive attitude toward managing your money. Another great thing about celebrating small milestones is that they reinforce positive financial habits. When you acknowledge your successes, you're more likely to continue those behaviors. Whether it's saving, budgeting, or paying down debt, celebrating reinforces your commitment to these practices. Over time, these habits become second nature, and the results start to compound. Before you know it, those small milestones turn into bigger ones, and your financial life improves significantly. Lastly, don't forget to treat yourself when you reach a financial milestone. It doesn't have to be something extravagant, but taking a moment to recognize your hard work and progress is important. Whether it's enjoying a simple treat, taking a day off, or sharing the achievement with loved ones, celebrating your financial wins keeps you motivated. It also reinforces the idea that managing money is not just about sacrifices. It's about achieving goals and creating a sense of financial well-being. In conclusion, while big financial goals are important, it's the small milestones that often make the biggest difference. These small achievements provide momentum and create a foundation for future success. When you celebrate these milestones, you acknowledge the progress you've made and remind yourself that every step forward counts. Whether it's sticking to a budget, paying off a small debt, or building an emergency fund, don't overlook the value of these smaller wins. Celebrate them and let them motivate you to continue working toward your larger financial goals. The small victories are what lead to the big ones, and they are worth celebrating every step of the way.